If you could have freedom from joint discomfort, what would your life look like? How would it feel to move your joints knowing you won't be dysfunctional anymore? If your hands weep whenever you squeeze something, your shoulders screech whenever you reach inside your cabinets, your hips stiffen when you sit too long, your knees collapse when you walk uphill, or your back tenses when you bend, then you must know about this cutting-edge product helping folks with joint discomfort. If your joints stop you from doing your best at work, or hinder your ability to play, enjoy sex, or perform your daily activities, then you must know about this new product that's helping folks with joint discomfort. I'm Charlie Daly, CEO of Promisia. I'd like to introduce you to 3 people that may share something in common with you. Meet Miriam. At the young age of 38 years, Miriam started to experience joint discomfort in her back and elsewhere. It got so bad she was unable to lift her child or cuddle with them. She struggled to bend down and put socks on, and she had restless nights constantly turning over in bed to find a comfortable position. Today, Miriam has joint flexibility and movement and is able to do all the normal activities women in their 40s perform. Miriam does household chores, plays sports, and most of all can enjoy being with her children. Meet Bronwyn. At 39, Bronwyn began to have joint discomfort. Shortly after Bronwyn was unable to work on her dairy farm or ride her 2-wheel motorbike, she found it hard to sleep, even 2 hours, and got out of bed with joint stiffness and immobility. She could not put weight on her legs, making it difficult to stand, walk, and perform most activities. Today, Bronwyn can work in her garden. She can bend down and prune the roses and stand up and mow the lawn. Her family can hardly believe how her ability to function started to change in just 2 weeks. Now she is happy to do the activities she loves each morning after a good night's rest. She was able to ride her motorbike 3,000 kilometers. Meet Ian. Ian is a landscape gardener, sculptor, motorcycle biker, and avid dog walker. At age 25, Ian began to have joint discomfort in his hands and legs. His knees locked up at night so he could not sleep. In the day, he often hunched over with joint discomfort. It got so bad he could no longer work and had to give up his artistic passion. He went from being active to a hermit, living a sedentary life. His motorcycle got awfully dusty. Today, Ian can easily walk. Each day he walks his dog, rides his bike, and sculpts for long periods of time. Ian lives an active life, more so than ever before. Most of all, he enjoys the ability to move his joints with ease and extend flexibility, so he can perform his best day and night. Amazingly, the turnaround happened in less than 3 weeks. So what do Miriam, Bronwyn, and Ian share in common? And how did they go from being unable to live an active life to one in which they have greater joint movement and flexibility? The Chinese know the answer from a plant called Artemisia annua. This herb, known as Qinghao Su, has been part of the Chinese medicine for more than 2,000 years. The answer today is Arthrem. Arthrem is a dietary supplement containing our unique herbal extract from the plant Artemisia annua. For more than 2 years, thousands of people worldwide have taken Arthrem with good results. And now Arthrem is available in the United States, but you can only get it right here. You see, there are no stores, pharmacies, or doctor offices in the U.S. that carry Arthrem, but you can get it today if you act now. Promisia is a scientific research-based company in New Zealand. We develop natural products that are unique, safe, and effective. With respect to Arthrem, results from in vitro studies show the herbal extract reduces production of cellular substances that can cause joint inflammation. Other studies show Arthrem is more effective at reducing the inflammatory response than other joint health products. Listen to what Miriam, Bronwyn, and Ian say about Arthrem. Miriam says, "Within the first 2 months of taking Arthrem, I went from focusing on the small achievements like turning over in bed to no longer waking at night and no early morning stiffness. I've now been on Arthrem for 3 years and I feel great. Being so young and finding it a struggle to put socks on or bend over to cuddle my son made me wonder what the future held for me. I started on Arthrem and was amazed at how quickly I was back to normal. Arthrem has given me a new lease on life. My family of 5 love the new me. My husband says, "It's great you feel the difference, but we notice the difference." They got the old mom back, and I got my mobility, flexibility back. It's a win-win situation. Bronwyn says, "Joint stiffness and mobility became a serious problem for me, and it was seriously bad. I lived on 2 hours of sleep because I was in that much discomfort. I couldn't ride the 2-wheel motorbike on the farm. My partner brought a special push-button gear change 4-wheeler because my foot was too sore to even change gears on a standard 4-wheeler. Rather ironic how now, thanks to Arthrem, I can ride my Harley-Davidson 1200cc Custom Sporty. My biggest trip, riding over 3,000 kilometers at the end of March this year, 2014, to Whangamata in the North Island back to Oamaru. I would have never dreamed I could do this." And Ian says, "Before I took Arthrem, life was pretty terrible actually. I was grinding my knees all the time. It truly felt like glass in my kneecaps. Walking was very difficult. It just got worse and worse to the point I wasn't even leaving the house. After taking Arthrem for about 3 weeks, things got a lot better. I'm just so much more active and mobile. I get out and about walking and riding my bike. I really enjoy life. It's great fun now."
Growing up, I was a very active person. I was constantly playing sports. I hiked. I really enjoyed the outdoors. Later on, when I got married, we had 3 young children, and so I was very busy being a mum. Then when I reached the age of 37, things started to change, and it was becoming very difficult for me to do things. I was finding it hard to pick the children up, cuddle them, get them out of their bed. Just simple things like that were becoming increasingly difficult. Then a friend of mine suggested to me Arthrem. So I was really keen because I'd heard that it was a natural product. I've been taking it now for 3.5 years, and it has made a huge difference. It was much easier to get out of bed. I was sleeping better. I was a happier person. I'm able to do things that you take for granted, really. I can vacuum, and I can carry the washing out to the line, and I can play with the children, which is just great. I'm out there with them on the trampoline. We play basketball. It's great. I started feeling the difference, and my family said they noticed the difference. I was much happier. That's a big plus for me.
Before I lost my mobility and I was finding things easy in life, we were on a 750 cow dairy farm. I was rearing calves. I'd walk 10 k's a day with my dogs because I enjoyed walking. It was a good stress relief. It was a good outlet. Basically, anything that was quite challenging, I would like to do it physically. That's what my life was like. Nothing was ever really a barrier. Approximately 4 years ago, I noticed changes. My joint stiffness, I noticed first particularly in my feet and in my hands, also in my hips. I was really battling to do a lot of tasks. Simple things like lifting buckets of milk. I wasn't able to pick up the calves like I used to and throw them up into the bobby pen for the bobby trucks to come and pick them up. I was having to get other people to do it, or I just about burst my boiler trying to do it and suffer for days on end afterwards. It was quite alarming. I wasn't even 40 and I was feeling like I was 60. And I was beginning to think, where to from here? What am I going to be like in 5 years' time? I was actually quite scared and how it was affecting my life. It just turned my whole life upside down, it really did. A couple of years ago, I went into the pharmacy and I said to the pharmacist, "What can you give me?" And he suggested Arthrem. He said, "We've had very good feedback, it's natural, and people of all ages have said that it's really good." So I decided I would give it a go. Within the first 2 weeks, I was actually getting out and starting to do a lot of things which I hadn't done for a long time, and my partner really noticed the difference with that too. I was feeling a lot more me than I had been for the first time in a good 2 years or more.
Yeah, it is so much better. She was very, shall I say, bad-tempered, just because of the way things were, and now she's back to how she used to be, a lot easier going person and good to live with.
Once I've been on the Arthrem for quite some time, I was looking at goals to achieve, things to get back doing, and one of our goals was to do a lot more bike riding. I'd got my bike licence and it was something that me and my partner Carl could do together, and it's so great just being able to do things together again. I've got my life back. I'm able to do and achieve things, and I actually feel good about myself again.
Before I took Arthrem, life was pretty terrible actually. My movements were very restricted. I used to do a lot of landscaping, so that was always hard on the knees, picking up heavy weights and never on stable ground. When my knees started to get really bad and I found I wasn't mobile anymore, I thought I'd start carving. It was more the fact that the lack of mobility was really restricting my possibilities. At the age of 25, I saw myself in the mirror, actually at a supermarket, pushing a trundler, which was quite dramatic and quite shocking actually. I was hunched over and looking very old and miserable. I found out about Arthrem because my dad, who was 90, I'd go to the chemist regularly for his medication, and the chemist noticed I was walking in with a bit of a hobble and not looking too happy, and he recommended Arthrem. And every time I go there now, which is every couple of weeks, I'm called Twinkle Toes. I'm so good on my knees and feet. Arthrem has just changed my life considerably. Within a week there was a distinctive difference, and I'm a lot fitter, a lot healthier. I'm very active now. I go for huge big bushwalks up in the forests and enjoy riding my bicycle out and about on that every day. Just loving it. Really has changed a lot. I enjoy life. It's great fun.
If Arthrem can help Marion, Bronwyn, and Ian, it can also enable you to live a more active life with greater joint flexibility and ease of movement. So how can you get Arthrem? We have a special offer for you for attending our webinar.
Get a 90-day supply of Arthrem for only $97. That works out to about $1 a day. You save 35%. Keep in mind, Arthrem is not available anywhere else in the United States. Plus, you get free shipping and handling, and a free 30-day supply worth $50 with the first shipment. There's more. You also get a 1-year free trial premium membership worth $96 if you place your order today. This entitles you to gain access to premium information about enhancing your joint health found nowhere else. That's not all. Arthrem comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied with Arthrem, just return the unused portion. Even if the bottle's empty, within 60 days of your order, you'll get a full refund, less any shipping and handling fees. Click the Buy Now button to take advantage of this great offer. Soon you'll be walking, hiking, biking, dancing, and doing all the activities you love and miss. Keep your joints moving naturally with Arthrem. What are you waiting for? Buy it now. Join thousands of women and men who use Arthrem each day and are able to perform activities of daily living. Become more active in your life today. Buy Arthrem here, now.